Two people have died in KwaZulu-Natal as a result of the storm ravaging the province. The fatalities are in the Nquthu municipality in the north of the province, where one person was struck by lightning while the other drowned trying to cross a river. A freak storm has torn through areas of KwaZulu-Natal, causing damage to buildings and flooding roads. Strong winds and rain are wreaking havoc in many parts of the province. Strong winds and rain causing that damage in some places. Cars have been seen submerged in floodwater. One of the areas hardest hit appears to be the upper south coast near Nquthu. The N2 north and south lanes in the vicinity have also been closed to traffic, and there are reports of electricity supply also being disrupted. Well, the South African Weather Service has issued a warning that large parts of KwaZulu-Natal will continue to experience heavy rain and strong winds today. So let's get more now on the situation. Our reporter Mlungisi joins us from Durban. Mlungisi, good afternoon. Dramatic visuals of cars submerged on roads and warnings for people to stay indoors. Also, many schools affected. Give us more on what the situation is like where you are.
Yes, unfortunately, it's not a very good afternoon, Natasha. Like you've mentioned earlier on, that many roads, in particular in the province, have been closed. In particular, the one in the N2 leading up to the south coast, where the roads have been flooded and cars have been brought to a very standstill. I'm here live at the King Edward Hospital, where some patients have been said to have been evacuated due to this very inclement weather. Unfortunately, there's only been 2 deaths that have been reported in northern KwaZulu-Natal, in particular in the Nquthu area. One of the victims is said to have been struck by lightning, while the other was said to have been swept away by gushing rainy waters. Yes, the weather services did warn the province that they're expecting over 90% of rain showers to sweep through the province, and the wind speed are said to be over 70 knots throughout the province. And like I said earlier on, the whole of the Durban CBD has been brought to a standstill, and roads are very gushing. When we made our way right here to the King Edward Hospital, we noticed that traffic had been brought to a standstill, in particular in the south of the road leading up to the south coast rather.
Yeah, and in Mlungisi, extremely strong winds. We were getting reports of winds of up to 70 kilometers per hour. We see in the background there a tree even collapsed in the road.
Unfortunately, Natasha, I've lost a connection with you. I think you might have to come back to me a bit later on, because I can barely hear what you are saying.
All right, Nquthu, thanks so much for that. We'll leave it there and try and get more from him. He's live from Durban with an update on that severe storm that has ripped through the province. Meanwhile, residents and business owners in the west of Johannesburg are picking up the pieces after yesterday's storm, which damaged buildings and houses. Emergency services say the extreme weather conditions in the city left one person dead and many others injured. The storm affected most parts of the West Rand, including some parts of the inner city. Residents and workers in this area described last night's events as life-threatening. Roofs, walls and billboards collapsed onto infrastructure, while dozens of shacks were also destroyed during the heavy rains.